So there are some problems with behaviorism. It turns out that giving someone a reward does not always increase their behavior. I worked with a professor as an undergrad, focused on intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. And we did an experiment. I helped run the experiment, in which people were given a reward for doing well on a game. And it turns out that most people, when they are given a reward for doing something, lose interest in doing it. So we always play games just because we want to. But when people got rewarded for playing those games, they actually lost interest and it lowered our motivation. And so if we really want to increase a child's frequency of doing some sort of behavior, like reading, it seems that we shouldn't reward it, because that reward gives information to the child that reading isn't inherently fun. And definitely don't give reading as a punishment, because that'll destroy a child's joy of reading more than anything else. So you have to be careful in thinking about rewards and punishments, because the way someone thinks about it, it turns out, is more important than exactly what the reward or the punishment is. And this thinking, of course, goes very much against behaviorism and leads us instead to the theory of information processing. Before we really get into the theory, though, I want us to think about how this is applied to more modern theories of learning. These theories, the ones we're going to talk about, really involve learning that requires some concept of mind, because it turns out that it's not only rewards and punishments that influence us, but sometimes the way we think about something makes a difference. So the first study we're going to look at is by Albert Bandura. If I were going to do this, I'd go into the experimental side much more, but this video does a pretty good job. And then we're going to talk about the concept of learned helplessness, done by Martin Seligman.